Good evening, hustlers. Good evening po sa lahat. Amazing day. It's October 10th. And I hope na nasa mabuting kalagayan pong lahat. Amazing morning. This is your host, Brian, and welcome to Smart Hustle PH. And we're talking about justifying excuses. Okay, justifying excuses. A coward's guide. Tanong lang, no? Tanong, naranasan mo na bang gumawa ng mga dahilan o excuses to hinder or delay yung mga pangarap mo o yung mga gusto mong ma-accomplish o ma-achieve sa buhay? No, maybe you've told yourself, I'm just not ready yet, or I just don't have that time, or wala kasi akong ganito o ganyan, o ganito lang kasi ako, at marami pang iba, no, dami pang excuses. Now, well, admittedly, kahit ba naman ako, we all do it at some point in our lives. Maybe kahit nga ngayon, no? But as a French philosopher once said, sabi nga ni Albert Camus, now he once said that those who lack the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it. No? And taking from that, no, I'd like to title this podcast Justifying Excuses. And in this podcast, we'll explore the common excuses that hold aspiring VAs and entrepreneurs back. Or maybe you're not a VA now. Maybe you're working in a in office corporate setting, Ano ba ang mga dahilan na pumipigil sa'yo sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap mo o to even start pursuing it, no? Pag sinabing pangarap, I mean, I'm not talking about you being in, just a role or a position, a company position na, you see yourself working for the rest of your life. Okay? So, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ang ilang mga strategies na napag-alaman ko lang din kung paano natin mapagtagumpayan ang mga excuses na to, no? Okay? So, unang-una sa lahat, yung lack of time. Yun yung pinakaunang gusto ko pag-usapan natin kasi para sa akin, time is, and I believe you would agree, time is the most valuable commodity. No? I just don't have the time. Wala akong oras sa ganyan. Wala kulang kasi sa oras. Parang ganyan. No? Yung palagi nating naririnig. No? Or at least for myself. No? The reason I'm putting a premium on this, sabi ko nga, it's the most important, pinakamahalagang, commodity, and at hindi na ito maibabalik. Okay? Every second that time moves forward. Wala namang rewind kasi. Alam ko lang rewind is yung pelikula nila ni Miss Marian Rivera Dantes at saka yung Ding Dong, Pero fiction naman kasi yun. Wala na, hindi talaga maibabalik yung oras. And now let's just be real, Filipino time is a thing. Tama po ba? But we've got to learn to manage our time better, especially if we want to achieve our goals, our dreams and goals. And we first have to understand that time is a precious resource that we all have in equal measure. Wala sa atin ang merong higit sa 24 oras, per day. And kung makaka-relate ka nito, if you are somewhere in your mid to late 30s to 50s, or yung tinatawag natin na midlife crisis, kumbaga, you'd wish you have 48 hours a day. I've had a lot of, even myself, I wish, at some point, I wish I had like 48 hours a day. Pero hindi, siyempre, wish lang yun. Hindi naman makakatao talaga yun. Pero kung bibigyan natin ng pansin, the key is not about having more time, but about using the time we have more effectively. Okay? So how do we do that? Now let's talk about a few time management techniques that help you make the most out of your day. Okay? Unang-una, let's prioritize your tasks. Prioritize your tasks. Use techniques like, the Eisenhower Matrix. Kung alam niyo yun, you can check it out on Google. Eisenhower Matrix to categorize your tasks. Merong tinatawag dito na, kumbaga, quadrants, 4 na quadrants, Kaya quad, merong na-divide ito into like urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and not urgent and not important, which means talagang hindi mo siya dapat or kailangan gawin. No? So let's start with the not urgent, the first quadrant. I don't know sa inyo. Sa inyo yata sa camera nyo is dito yata yung first quadrant. It's not urgent, or not urgent, not important. Sa last po yan, last sa fourth quadrant. So, napakadali. Sobrang simple. Remove it. Hindi siya urgent, hindi siya important. Yan kung talagang may gusto kang ma-achieve na goal given the time that we have. Sobrang iksi ng buhay, So, the point is, if there are tasks that do not add any measurable value to your preferred course, then it should not be even there at all. No? Next is yung sa urgent and important. Yun yung first quadrant pala. No? So, urgent and important. If these tasks come with clear deadlines, and big consequences pag hindi natin nagagawa ito, no? At tinapos in a timely fashion, then it must be priority 1. Yan. So next is important but not urgent. Important, quadrant number 2. Important but not urgent. These are tasks that are of medium priority. I'd like to call it that way. Ito yung mga task na wala mang nakaset na deadline, pero kumbaga nagdadala din ito ng this brings you closer to your long-term goals. Yun yung important but not urgent. Next is urgent but not important. Ano naman to? Ito yung mga task na kailangan dapat gawin agad-agad, na mas urgent nga, but do not need to be done by you. Hindi kailangan na ikaw yung gagawa. So pwede mo itong i-delegate. Ito yung mga low priority tasks. These do not need your expertise, and so these can be delegated. Okay? So pwede mo siyang i-outsource sa mga, kaya merong mga subordinates, iba't ibang mga role sa isang company. For example, kung ikaw yung mang-ari, hindi mo na magle-leverage ka. Makakapag-leverage ka kapag nag-hire ka na ng mga tauhan mo. Okay, for example na lang sa isang social media manager, So, quadrant number 1, urgent and important. Halimbawa dyan is, anong task? Kapag responding to a client crisis. Merong ganap through social media ni client mo, such as a negative comment or a technical issue with a campaign. Maybe Facebook ads or whatnot. Kailangan ng agarang solusyon. Mahalaga ito sa pagtakbo ng sales and marketing ng kumpanya, Okay? Why is it urgent and important? Kasi immediate action is required to mitigate damage, to the client's reputation. Pag mayroong negative comment, di natin maiiwasan 'yan. Pero meron tayong pwedeng at least merong action na magaganap, pwedeng maribat, pwedeng masolusyonan agad kung ano man ang problema na meron, I-mitigate agad, And ma-ensure natin yung customer satisfaction. Minsan kasi alam naman at kahit pa naman tayo, customer tayo, At some point, gusto natin ng mas mabilisang solusyon, if not immediately, pag nagkakaroon ng problema. Ganun talaga. Negosyo And we're talking about, serving people of our clientele's needs, Quadrant number 2, important and but not urgent. Important but not urgent. Anong example dito? Developing maybe a long-term social media strategy for a new client, including setting goals. Yan. Hindi mo kailangan ng deadline agad-agad, pero importante siya. So, not urgent, pero importante. Kailangan mag-set ng goals. You need to identify target audiences, And creating a content calendar. So, sa mga social media managers dyan, alam nyo to. So, kailangan meron kang content calendar. Why is it important but not urgent? Halimbawa, this task is, for me, it's crucial for the client success. Tama po ba? But it does not have an immediate deadline. Okay? So, yung pagpaplano, pag-strategize proactively, this will ensure a long or a stronger foundation for future campaigns. Ayan. So, next is quadrant number 3. I think 1, 2, dito 3. Yata tama ba? Urgent but not important. So, baliktad naman, Urgent to but not important. So, halimbawa na lang, as a social media manager pa rin, attending a non-essential meeting or a webinar that does not directly contribute to your client's goals. So, naintindihan ko naman pag talagang required tayo na umattend na isang meeting na marami pa nga na wala namang connection sa role natin. Kahit minsan isang oras pa, lalo pag all hands on deck, parang ganung meeting. Kung isipin talaga natin, wala naman talaga yung contribution sa unang trabaho natin. And for me lang sa personality ko lang, for me, it hampers, unless talagang pamatay oras na lang. kung wala masyadong workload or whatnot. So, pero para sa akin, kung if you want, results, eh, shorten it. Huwag masyadong attend ng mga meetings, mga webinars, mga ganyan, no? So, it does not directly contribute to your client's goals. Marami dyan, report lang ng iba't ibang mga, um, departments, kung ano yung mga output nila. Pero, anyway. So, why is it urgent but not important? No? While the meeting might be time sensitive, kumbaga, it may not provide significant value, sabi ko nga, no, to your work o lalo lang madidelay ang mga high priority tasks. Okay, and lastly is not urgent and not important. Okay, halimbawa dyan bilang social media manager pa rin, no? Yung pag-check ng social media mo personally, no? For personal updates, no? Or scrolling through news feeds during work hours, which is, I mean, basically and ethically, hindi naman dapat yun. Okay, pero minsan we get tempted to do so kasi nga work from home naman tayo eh. No? So why is it not urgent and not important? Siyempre, itong mga these activities, they're personal nga, kumbaga, or watching other stuff na hindi naman dapat sana while working, lalo na siyempre. Kaya meron tayong mga time trackers, mga ganyan, no? To not necessarily to micromanage, but to just to keep you in check. Ayan, ganun. Okay? Para sa akin kasi these activities can be time consuming and distracting. And these take away from your focus on client work. Okay? So example naman, ibang example, social media manager, ngayon naman isang businessman o isang negosyante, no? Quadrant 1, no? Urgent and important. Kung ikaw to, negosyante, ano yung mga bagay? Halimbawa lang, urgent and important. Example, addressing a customer complaint about a defective product or poor service. Okay? Why is it urgent and important? Siyempre, promptly resolving a client or customer's issue is crucial to maintaining a positive reputation and preventing further damage to the business. And that's normal. Okay? And yun dapat. So, urgent siya. Kailangan ng agarang solusyon. And important, syempre. Mahalaga yun sa reputasyon ng negosyo mo. Okay? At sa'yo bilang isang may-ari ng negosyante. Okay? Number 2, ano yung important but not urgent? It may be developing a new marketing strategy. Pwede yun. To increase your sales and attract new customers. So why is it important but not urgent? Now, this task is essential for long-term business growth, but it doesn't have an immediate deadline. Okay? You just need to re-strategize, restructure. May kailangan kang baguhin sa ganito while on the go, while nagaganap yung negosyo mo. Okay? It's a big part of your business growth. Malaking bahagi, malaking, it's strategizing nga in the long term. No? Pero hindi siya kaya kailangan agad-agaran na bigyan ng deadline. Okay? This can be go while you're at it. So this could be something on the back burner, kumbaga. Okay? Planning and strategizing proactively will ensure future success. Okay, and next is quadrant number 3, urgent but not important. So, halimbawa na lang, no? Urgent but not important. Attending a networking event that does not directly align with your business goals. Okay, why is it urgent but not important? Well, para sa akin, while the events or these networking events might be, well, they're time sensitive as well. Merong schedule, may nakaset na na schedule, kung gaano katagal or kailan to, anong oras, Kasi, sabi mo, nakaset na yung schedule, it may not provide significant value to your business. Kaya yung iba, halimbawa na lang, may-ari ka ng negosyo, lalo na kapag masyadong lumalaki yung kumpanya mo, if you notice, no, marami sa mga business tycoons, they don't necessarily, unless it's a very major event, no, usually they just send someone else in their stead. Maybe their secretary, a personal assistant, or maybe not necessarily the CEO, maybe, but the director of this department na pwedeng mas mayroong significance doon sa event specifically, but not necessarily the owner. Okay, pagbaguhan ka pa lang, understandably, you're just building your network. So it's just, understandable na ikaw mismo umattend doon. So wag mong baka sasabihin mo, sabi ni Brian dito sa podcast, no, pag may-ari ka ng negosyo, I just started my business. no? Hindi daw ako mag-attend ng mga ganyan. Yan. Hindi ganun. Pag start up ka pa lang, yes, uh, do so. Maganda yan. It, adds market value para sa iyo, para bilang isang entrepreneur. You get to meet a lot of people, you get to learn a lot from people who are already ahead of us or you. You can learn a lot of things, really. Okay? And ano pa? Quadrant number 4, not urgent and not important bilang negosyante ha. Mindless scrolling on social media. Ganun pa rin, social media. Kasi mobile tayo ngayon eh. Halos lahat eh. Kahit na ultimong, mga nakatambay lang, di ba, na may cellphone talaga eh. Di ba? Smartphone talaga. No? Ano pa? Not just social media but also like scrolling, going out on drinking sessions and conversations that make little or no sense at all. Okay, I'm not saying wag ka nang gumala at mag-party kasama ng mga barkada mo, mga kaibigan mo. Maging killjoy ka na lang. Hindi naman ganoon. Hindi ko sinasabing ganoon or you seclude yourself. Secluded ka na sa mundo. Hindi po ganoon. Kailangan lang na aware tayo sa mga priorities natin. Okay? So why is it not urgent and not important? These activities can be time consuming pa rin. Again, pinag-uusapan kasi natin ngayon is oras eh. Yeah, sabi ko nga, I put a premium on time because it's the most valuable commodity na hindi na natin maibabalik. Okay? Tumatanda tayo, hindi tayo bumabata ever. Okay? So, itong mga bagay na to, sabi ko nga, time-consuming and distracting mga ito, taking away from us, kumbaga yung focus natin sa mga business tasks natin. Okay? So, this will help you avoid, kung pag tinatanggal natin yung mga bagay na hindi dapat natin, walang kabuluhan, walang kwenta, I'm not saying, pwede mo siyang gawin sa free time mo na or sa weekend pag when you're not in the business zone, you're not in the zone sa pagnenegosyo, no? But for me, pag tinanggal natin yung mga bagay na hindi urgent and not important, this will help you avoid multitasking, minimize distractions, and focus on what truly matters, which is yung negosyo mo, pag-grow ng negosyo mo. Okay? So, lalo na ngayon with the rising trend in AI and technological advancements, yung kadalasang pag-scroll natin sa cellphone ng mga walang kakwenta-kwentang mga bagay ay kadalasan na nagdadala sa atin ng pagbaba ng productivity. It lowers our productivity at lalong pagtaas ng stress levels natin. Tama po ba? No, mga nakikita natin sa feed, hindi man, yung iba, maraming kalokohan, yun nga, wala din kwenta. Yung mga balita din, ng mga bad news karamihan. No, wala naman tayong pakialam doon sa love team na si ganito ganyan, pero pag nalaman nating naghiwalay na si ganito at ganyan, parang affected pa yung marami which is really kung talagang seryoso ka sa negosyo mo, wala na yung mga bagay niyo, wala ka nang pakialam doon, no? Dati yung mga distractions natin, yung mga literal na ingay. Yung talagang ingay talaga o noise sa paligid natin. Ngayon online na. Kaya yung tinatawag natin na digital noise, yung mga bad news, mga walang kwentang mga mga memes, mga mukbang para sa akin na digital noise na yun. Nang tatanungin lang talaga ako, no? Ano ba talaga, no? Tatanungin natin, ano ba talaga nakukuha natin sa pagpapanood ng mukbang? Except sa makita mo yung sarap ng kinakain. Pag nakita, ay sarap, lechon. Okay, pagkatapos nabalitaan mo, patay na pala sa high blood. Okay, mas okay lang. No, panood ka, daanan mo lang, pero huwag mo talagang bigyan ng pansin na, talagang pagtutuunan mo ng pansin, no? Minsan kailangan din nating kumawala sa digital noise, sa social media at sa mainstream media hanggat maaari, no? To give ourselves some focus on what truly matters. Okay, next is learn to stop or say no. Or are you tatanong ko lang, are you or have you been in a position where somehow you keep saying yes to your boss at tila hindi ka makaayaw? Lahat na lang oo. Lalo na kapag tamba ka na sa workload at meron pang deadline ng mga to. Okay? So, share ko lang konti. No? Dati, year at 2005 yata, OJT ako sa isang malaking semiconductor company sa Muntinlupa. No? So, OJT pa lang ako nun. Pero itong, parang napansin ko lang yung merong bisor doon. May bisor ako, pero meron pa siyang bisor. Okay, yung talagang mas mataas pa na rango, whatever. So, nakalimutan ko lang yung pangalan niya. Pero ang liit na nga ng allowance namin, yung mga OJT pa yung or ako pa yung do double shift, which is napaka-unfair kung isipin natin. I mean, it's not, kumbaga, sinasabi nila, you're trainee ka pa nga lang. Hindi naman sa ganun. 8 oras na dapat yung trabaho. Pag sobra pa doon, kumbaga, I mean, from the graveyard shift pa. So, it will, para sa akin, parang naaabuso kasi. So, yung ginagawa ko, nagtatago ako sa isang die cutting machine. So, kung alam mo to, nasa electronics industry ka, nagigets mo yung punto ko. So, isang semiconductor company. So, malaking die cutting machine. Nagtatago ako doon pag malapit ng mag-out. Okay? Pero hinahanap na ako ng bisor noon. Pero yung bisor ko mismo na direct supervisor ko, wala naman, okay lang naman. Chill lang naman siya. Hindi naman ako pinipilit kasi OJT lang naman ako. No? So, nangyari pag nakapila ng ganyan, pag sisingit na lang ako para makapag time out using my ID. Nakakatuwang experience. Pero yun naisip ko nga lang eh. Grabe. Hindi palaging yes. Hindi porket bata pa ako noon, no, lahat ng sasabihin ng kumbaga ng mga boss, oo ko na lang ng oo. Okay? Wala naman silang pakialam sa anong mangyari sa iyo eh. Okay? Naka-graduate pa rin naman ako. Di ba? Okay. And yeah. And this was way back then, no? And for me, it's okay to decline requests that don't align with your priorities or that will overwhelm you. Oh, 'di ba? So remember, kumbaga, saying no to others can sometimes mean saying yes to yourself and your goals. No, sometimes stopping something can be about starting something more objective and even more meaningful. So wag matakot. Don't be afraid to let go of things that no longer serve you. No? Okay? Not only in the workspace, okay? It might be a project or a relationship or even a habit. So share ko lang din na isang experience ko lang din, one of my more recent experiences, no. Si isang client ko, no. Kinuha ko bilang isang executive assistant, specifically doing email marketing, no, and email marketing, sending emails lang talaga. Yun yung pinaka job description ko na nakalagay naman sa kontrata. Pero ito nga, isang boss, yung asawa ng boss ko mismo, hindi naman kanyang negosyo to. Alam mo yung mga couple sa US, dami multiple businesses eh. So, iba yung negosyo nilang parehong mag-asawa na sabay nilang ginagawa. Meron namang ibang negosyo si husband, meron pang ibang negosyo si wife. Meron pang ibang negosyo yung anak. Parang ganyan. So, ganun sila. So, ganyan nangyari, nag-launch ng negosyo si wife. So, sa kanya dapat ako directly sa kanya ako na sumusunod. Sa kanya ako kukuha ng directives. Tsaka napag-usapan na namin lahat. Okay, yung interview, yung role ko, ano yung responsibility and duties ko. No, eto si husband nyo, no? Panay, kumbaga, parang he's trying to get the more out of what I'm paid for. Kaya nagtatanong siya kung ano pa yung ibang skills ko. So, alam ko yung graphic design. Alam ko yung Facebook marketing. Alam ko yung, di ba, animation. Alam ko yung voice over. Ngayon, nung naisa lang na ako, nag-start na ako sa ganyan, wala. Parang he was asking me to do something else or to that, somewhere along those lines. Talagang umayaw ako. I said no. Okay? Sabi ko pa nga, diniretso ko na siya, nagprank na ako, sabi ko, he's part-time nung supposedly yun. In-offer sa akin mag-full-time for other tasks. Okay, sabi ko, no, I'm good, I'm okay with part-time. But if you can find someone who can do the job for you, I'd be happy to let go. Sabi kong ganun na, wala, di na ako natakot. Wala, tatakot dami dyan eh. Opportunities. No? So by making space for the new, you're opening yourself to endless possibilities. So let's stop what needs to stop and start what truly matters. Say no kung kinakailangan, politely and professionally still, no? Okay? Say no if it's reasonable enough for you to say so. Okay? If it's reasonable enough for you to say so. Okay? So the catch is, by implementing these time management techniques, kung gagawin natin ito ng tama, hindi man lahat agad-agad. No, prioritizing tasks and saying no or stopping things that do not contribute to your success goals. No, but when you start doing some of these, kahit paunti-unti lang, you'll be surprised at how much more you can accomplish in less time. No, so remember, it's not about having more time; it's about using the time you have wisely and making the most out of it. All right, so that's it for today's podcast on justifying excuses, a coward's guide. Part 1 pangalan to part 1. So, kung tinapos mo ang video na to, hindi man ako, hindi man tayo kagwapuhan, pero tinapos mo at natuto ka kahit papano, well, you're on your way to, a better success. Congratulations sa'yo. Ngayon pa lang kino-congratulate kita. So, naniniwala akong hindi ka duwag, hindi ka talunan. And once again, this is your host, Brian. If you have not yet done so, feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and other socials. It's called Smart Hustle PH. You can also follow me on my personal Facebook. Thank you, and I'll talk to you again soon.